Let's have a look at the Invoicing module. On the left menu bar, under Invoicing, click on the project. It will redirect you to the Invoicing landing page. Invoices that are scheduled will be listed in the Scheduled Invoices tab. Usually a team member or team manager would be authorized for requesting an invoice. The Request Invoice option will only be available for the invoices that have the invoice date lesser than the current date. This is to stop the future invoices from being requested. Let's request an invoice. Most of the fields will be auto-fetched from the Projects, Commercials, Client Master and the Project Category Master. Check whether all the details are correct, and if not, go to the relevant module to make the appropriate changes before proceeding further. The narration will be given in a drop-down and it comes from the master based on the project category chosen. The narration will be standard and whatever suffix you need can be added in the comments. You can select or deselect expenses or even add an expense amount to the invoice by clicking on the Edit Expenditure below the out-of-pocket expenses. A pop-up will open. Since there was no expenditure logged for this project, your out-of-pocket expenditure is 0, but you can always edit an expenditure. Any expenditure that has not yet been billed will be listed here. Since this project does not have any, we can always add an ad hoc amount or a percentage, which would be calculated from the invoice amount. A combination of all the three can also be used. You can see that the GST is calculated for the sum of the basic amount and OPE. The engagement letter can also be viewed here in this page. The main objective of the request invoice screen is for the team member or manager to check all the details and make necessary changes in the appropriate fields. To change the project name, entity, client group, or client name, you can go to the project screen and edit it. If it's the invoice amount, invoice date, or due date, it can be edited in the Commercials page. Or if it's the billing details related, you can go to the Client Master and do the changes. If it's related to the narration, go to the Project Category Master. Once everything is set, request the invoice. Once requested, it will no longer be available in the scheduled invoices. It would go to the Requested Invoices screen. Here from the Requested Invoice page, the user with the rights to raise the invoice would be someone from the back office team. They will check the whole invoice again, especially for the engagement letter. If the EL is not there, the invoice cannot be submitted. So, if the EL is not there, or if the EL is a wrong one, go to the Project module, go into Edit and upload the correct EL. After the check is done, they will submit the invoice for approval to the TL. A pop-up will open asking you to choose to which user the approval should go to. If there are more than one team leader, you can choose to which leader the approval should go to. Once submitted, it will go to the Raised Invoices page and the status will be pending. In the Team Leader's login, the tab named to approve invoices will be available. There in that tab, all the invoices that needs to be approved by the TL will be listed. Also sub-tabs for approved and rejected will be there. Click on the button in the Actions column. It will take you to the TL approval screen. Whatever details filled in and vetted by the team and back office person, will be displayed to the TL here. He can also check everything once. He can make changes to the comments, and edit the expenses. At the bottom of the page, you'll have 5 options. Back, View PDF, Save, Approve and Reject. And the status of the invoice will become delivered. Let's have a look at the receipts page. Just like POD, receipts can only be updated for invoices that are approved. Go to Raised Invoices page, click on the More icon on the Actions column and choose Update Receipt. All the information from the invoice will be auto-populated here. Choose the appropriate TDS percentage between 0, 7.5 and 10. Once selected, it cannot be changed further. The outstanding amount is the total invoice amount. Each entry made will be deducted from the outstanding amount. As you can see, there has already been an entry here for the amount of 120 and it has been deducted from the outstanding amount. Let's add another entry. Choose the payment mode, add the date, check number / NEFT ID or other. If you choose cash, enter the check number as none. Now enter the amount received and the TDS amount. Here calculate the TDS percentage to be deducted based on the client and enter it as the TDS amount. So, the sum of amount received and TDS amount will be deducted from the outstanding amount. The entries can be edited or deleted, which will reflect in the outstanding amount as well. The entries made in the receipt will have an effect on the outstanding amount, which will also affect the credit notes that can be raised against an invoice. We shall see that in the Credit Notes module video. With this we have covered the invoices and receipts.